Hello. So last year I painted this painting and just now I felt inspired to draw this, to make a line drawing version of this painting. And I was inspired to do this while taking a workshop by Jazz Lim and Genevieve Tang. And there was a quotation about queerness that really inspired me to draw this painting again as a line drawing this time. And the same thing that happened last year when I was painting the water happened for me with drawing the water. And I'll explain this, but first I want to read the quote. It says here, "Queerness is not yet here. Queerness is an ideality. Put another way, we are not yet queer. We may never touch queerness, but we can feel it as the warm illumination of a horizon imbued with potentiality. We have never been queer, yet queerness exists for us as an ideality that can be distilled from the past and used to imagine a future. The future is queerness's domain. Queerness is a structuring, an educated mode of desiring that allows us to see and feel beyond the quagmire of the present. The here and now is a prison house. We must strive in the face of the here and now's totalizing rendering of reality, to think and feel a then and there. Some will say that all we have are the pleasures of this moment, but we must never settle for minimal transport. We must dream and enact new and better pleasures, other ways of being in the world, and ultimate new worlds. Queerness is not yet here. Queerness is an ideality. Put another way, we are not yet queer. We may never touch queerness, but we can feel it as the warm illumination of a horizon imbued with potentiality. We have never been queer, yet queerness exists for us as an ideality that can be distilled from the past and used to imagine a future. The future is queerness's domain. Queerness is a structuring and an educated mode of desiring that allows us to see and feel beyond the quagmire of the present. The here and now is a prison house. We must strive in the face of the here and now's totalizing rendering of reality, to think and feel a then and there. Some will say that all we have are the pleasures of this moment, but we must never settle for minimal transport. We must dream and enact new and better pleasures, other ways of being in the world, and ultimately new worlds. And so, when I was painting the water last year, everything else was kind of fixed. I think except for the sky, where I repainted the sky too. But when it came to the water, I kept painting and painting, and it felt like I could never stop. That it was endless, it was forever. The water had so much depth to it. It was so simple and yet had so much depth to it. That's why you can see so many layers and also so many shades, right? There's so many shades of blue and even light colors like yellow. And then there were even beings in the water where I started drawing the beings and tried to make them part of the water, making them merge with the water as if it's literally coming out of the water, and that's why you can see hints of these sea creatures in the water, hints of a whirlpool. So there's so much detail in this painting. And when I was drawing this painting, and especially drawing the water again, depicting the water, I felt that same sense of infinity, of it being an endless task where I could just keep drawing the water and it would never finish. I could keep drawing and drawing, just like in that quote about queerness. So that's the parallel I learned from drawing this. Queerness is like this water. And even though I was using the simplest instrument, a pen, not even something more complicated or complex like paintbrush and paint, I could just keep drawing this. And then I wondered, can I do that with other aspects of the painting? Can I do that with the boat? I didn't feel like I could fully do it justice, and I think it was because it's an inanimate object. But then I could do it with the bird because it's a living being, and the same thing that happened with the water happened with the bird too. I could, at first it was just this main thing, and then I could just keep drawing these light shadings that represent kind of the energy, the infinite energy of this bird, right? Just like that depiction of queerness, I could just keep drawing and drawing. In fact, at first I drew this, then the tail came out, this aspect, this, and then this. I just kept drawing and drawing. And the same thing with the being on the boat. At first it was just this, then I started drawing this, and then this. Almost like the legs are magical legs now that move through the boat. And this is a magical being. And the same thing, I could keep drawing this being. It would be endless and it would always make sense. No matter how much I added, it would always be fun. And that's the same thing as queerness, according to that quote. An endless creation. Thank you so much. Have a great day.